If your album dimension are set incorrectly in FUNDY Designer, you could end up with export issues, print problem, or even crop images. So before you start designing, let's show you the correct way to set your album size from the very beginning. When you open FUNDY Designer, just like you see I did on my screen, the next thing to do is to create new project. This has saved project that I've done before now, but the first thing you need to do is to uh, add a new project or create a new project. This is where you define the foundation of your entire album. In here you can select company, album company. In here you can select album dimension and all of that. So the first thing you want to do is to name your project. So I'm just gonna name this no. Now what it wants you to do is to add images. So I'm just going to drag some few images and bring them here. So I will click on this and I'm going to add few images from my desktop. So I'm just going to add these pictures here. So there are over 300 pictures. So I just wanted to add for this video sake. So once the pictures have been added, the next thing you're going to see is a new item list will appear. Now this item list have album builder, image brander, block collage, and gallery designer. So we're interested in album. So what we want to do is an album, all right? So we're going to now properly go into designing an album. So we have an album. This one they are talking about cover, so we can leave cover to custom. All right, so the cover will be custom. If you put direct, then you either be selecting the company, but let's go with costume for the cover. There's the cover size, so I usually use Photoshop to design my album cover. So you go to next, and here this is under custom album. All right, this is under custom album. All right, so here now we have the album size is where it is very important. So before we do this one, we need to understand uh, the page size versus the spread size. So this is actually one of the most important things to understand in album design. A single page and a spread are literally not the same thing. Now, what a spread means is that the left page and the right page combined together is what you hear when they say spread. So it's actually the left spread and the right spread to make a left page and a right page to make a spread. So basically, for example, if you have 12 by 12 album, so what that means is that the one side will be 24 while the other side will be 12. Okay, so this means that because you're designing across two pages at once, the size of 12 by 12 will be 12 by 24 or 24 by 12. The width is usually doubled, so this width like this is always doubled. So if you have 12 by 12, the width will be 24 multiplied by 2, and the height will be 12. Now, there was this company I worked with some times ago that anytime I'm designing album, usually they add 2 to this, so this usually becomes 14. But after the guy relocated out of Nigeria, I tried another company for my design, and I realized that them, on the other hand, they used 24 by 12. So, and then this DPI, usually for better quality and professional output, is 300. Okay, so I think this is all that you need to understand. So spread width is double the page width. So once you double it, because it's going to be two side now, 12 12 for the spread, all right, and then the normal size. So that is why it is doubled, so that you will be able to have two pages inside. I hope this is understood. So the unit is inches, like I've said, and then the next you go to next page, next, and then we're not doing with cover, all right, so we'll just use no cover, and then we'll go to next, and this will be where you will review your work. All right, you're going to review your work for and see if there's anything needed. So if something is needed, you can easily go back and then change it, whether you're going by direct. You say, if I want to go by direct, then I'm going to choose a company. I'm going to go by direct and export. I'm going to choose a company, album line, any of them. Okay, so since I'm not choosing a company, I'm doing mine, I will just go with custom and go back to where we are, which is review. Okay, but before we set this, it's like I have to do everything all over again. Okay, everything is there. Okay, so we're not doing album cover. I don't know if they are template. You can actually also select the template from your computer and use as cover page. So if you have maybe, I think I have a 12 by 12. I'm not sure if it's still in my system. If it is, I can just, it's not there, I've removed it. So you can just add it and make it a cover. So I'm just going to go next, and then we have our spread as 24 and 10 and 12. That's a 12 by 12 album, and then at 300 dp. So you're going to put the name of the project, which we already have there, is still Nohu. Now, once you have this, you are good to go. So there's what we call bleed and safe zone, which I'm just going to touch the theory part now, and then when we start designing, you will be able to understand. So FUNDY Designer has some precepts usually configured automatically. It's configured them automatically, so you just want to know the theory. But if you're creating a custom album size, these settings are a great start. All right, so the bleed usually is 0.125 inches. Then the safe zone, where you shouldn't exceed 0.2 inches. Then inside gutter 0.5 inches. So these safety margins help prevent important parts of your photos from getting trimmed during printing. So in the last video, I explained some basic settings, which is the same thing, just that the two different software. So that's why I'm really explaining some of them. So I said inches. Usually each inches is multiplied by 300 to get a pixels. So if I have 1 inches, for me to convert it to pixels, I'll multiply it by 300. So 1 times 300 pixels will be 300 pixels. All right. So if I have 20 by 10 inches, so, which is the spread size and the normal, so it will be 6000 by 3000 pixels. For 12 by 12, which is 24 by 12 inches, it will be 7200 by 3600 pixels. This is important because pixel dimension directly affects your quality. All right, so it directly affects your quality. So using FUNDY designer precepts, I may find a time of doing those ones so that the video don't get too long. So we're going to do a certain video for FUNDY designer company album and all of that. So you just create your album, click on create, and then you see that your album has been created. So let me add few pictures so that you see like the bleed. So I'm just going to click on this. So once I click on this, you see there is a yellow line. So if I'm going to fit them in, so I'm going to select this. Now, if all right, so you see what we're saying here. You see this green line? So you see what they've put, because I said FUNDY designer does it automatically, all right? So you see what we have as cut zone, which is like the bleed. Now you see this one here is the bleed zone, okay? And then this is the safe zone. Your picture can extend and be within here. So now you see I fit, it just goes to the safe zone, and I can just drag it a bit to be exactly on the safe zone. So that it allows avoid anything while you're printing. So if your picture extends here, which is the bleed zone and all of that, so you may have some cut off picture. See, it's having a warning sign, this image, whatever. So these are the bleed and the cut zone that you've been hearing us talk about anytime make videos regarding this. So I believe this is of much help, and you learned something from here. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. For now, I remain Victor Shamaki. Bye.